Now, don't get me wrong or anything. I'm just being honest about all this. And again, these are my opinions. I'm not necessarily talking about anyone in particular, but, but I'm adding crackers to my soup. These are sunflower basil crackers. My parents are, sorry about that. Mark ought to like that. My parents are vegans, so, and they're also semi-picky. My dad didn't used to be so picky, but gotten a little picky, so, something's, and you know how vegans are, if something's like cooked in the wrong type of oil, these are 100% natural, they're whole wheat. Wheat's probably bad now, I guess. Anyway, I'm all for people needing to mesh up, and I realize that some people are just going to be physically incompatible. I had a cousin who apparently had I can't necessarily say I didn't notice this at a urinal now and then or whatever. He was very weird about just kind of taking a pee anywhere when we were out hiking or whatever. But yeah, he's had a pretty good one going on there, and apparently had a lot of trouble with women not like going for it much because it was not comfortable. So one way or another, people do need to mesh up. And again, either you have enough control over your body as a female to make the size of a guy's penis irrelevant. A lot of those porn stars say, hey man, as long as the guy's 4 inches, I can still have a good time. Because they have a lot of good control. They're with guys of all different kinds of sizes. And eventually they got to make that guy come. So, there's that. And, a lot of times the other person will just say something to hurt you if they're upset. Again, if they're orgasming, if they're having orgasms, things are probably not going too badly. They're probably just angry. But yeah, I guess some people just can't physically mesh up well. And when that's the case, usually people don't last, right? But it's better to find that out early on. Do you tell a person why exactly? I don't know. You see, that you're gonna have to decide how honest to be there if it's a physical problem. But I've also dated a couple girls who thought they were just perfect, right? And no, this is not the case. If you guys were perfect, and don't even like try and call me small, because I'm not. I'm average. Of course, it probably sounds bad me reiterating that, because again, it's really irrelevant. I didn't really complain about you two's goods, but yeah, people need to be compatible, and then I guess physically as well. Now, there are all kinds of products. I don't know if I mentioned this in the other part. It seems like maybe I did. And there are all kinds of products that are available to, make a guy seem bigger. There's rings, there's sleeves, stuff like that. Now, a lot of you guys out there, again, have issues with confidence related to the size of your wanger, man. And I know how that feels. But don't injure your buddy. Don't injure your guy. Pumps can injure you. Jelking can injure you if you do it wrong. Definitely don't get surgery or anything like that. I mean, people have done this, and I guess it's turned out okay. in some cases, but most of the time it doesn't, you know. You have what you were born with, and if nature gave that to you, then it's enough. Even guys with micro penises can get women pregnant. And again, that's the goal. If you get a woman pregnant, she has a child, nature has taken its course. That's all nature's concerned about. Nature's not necessarily concerned about it feeling good, right? Nature was probably like, well, we can't make it hurt, you know. And keep in mind again that like porn star women are no more a good example than male porn stars. I mean, most of these people aren't going home and doing these things they're getting paid to do. You know, essentially you're watching two prostitutes that have been paid to like fuck each other. I don't know if that's okay or not. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it. You know, I watched some porn here and there. I am taking my pants off because they're all dirty. Not gonna do anything. I am wearing, you know, boxers, but anyway. They're I just don't know. Pornography is there to either spice up your relationship or allow you to get yourself off. And I think that masturbation's still fine when you're with somebody or married. Some women have seemed to take offense to it. Like, why are you jerking off? Well, I mean, I know what I like, you know. I just, and again, maybe I've mentioned this before, but I've just found that, like, for a little while at least, you know, chicks don't tend to know what they're doing with me. Or, you know, and I don't know them any better either. I mean, it takes, like a few times, you know. I mean, it doesn't often really go like you see in, like, movies and stuff where, you know, the first time's all successful and shit or whatever. And that's kind of another reason I don't go for the whole no strings attached thing. Because, you know, it just doesn't, there's no guaranteed payoff. You know, there are plenty of women that I've been with and I haven't been able to, you know, finish. And that can be really frustrating. And if I, you know, put my sexual health at risk to like be with this person one night and I don't get off or whatever, it just seems foolish. I mean, say what you like there. Again, these are my opinions. And I don't necessarily, again, need somebody to be like perfect. I'm fine with a lot of things that I think a lot of dudes would not be fine with. Again, I've been with all kinds of women, all kinds of shapes, ethnicities, and sizes. And, you know, I can't say that I didn't enjoy myself with all of them at some point, right? It may have taken a little bit, or we may not have carried the relationship out that far, but the first few times, again, it's just kind of a crapshoot. You know, you're kind of figuring each other out physically. Oh, and ladies, man, don't go get that surgery to make your stuff, you know, better either. I mean, you'll find somebody who's fine with it, like, eventually. You know, or you know, you'll find the dude you're supposed to be with, or whatever. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's kind of weird that we say, relationships aren't all about sex or being physical, but it's that physical thing that happens first. It's looking at that person and being attracted to them. So it's hard to ignore, especially if you're not completely attracted physically. Again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the surgery is a good idea. Now, if you get used to using toys on either end of the spectrum, then that can kind of be a problem too. It bothers me when a chick's like, hey, you want me to get my, thing out? No, I don't. I want you to make your stuff tight so we can both enjoy it. Use those muscles. Come on, let's go. And again, I bet there are women out there saying, well, you're a little dick, but again, if a guy's average, learn what 5 to 6 inches looks like. If a guy's average in length and he's as big around as, say, a roll of quarters erect, then that should be enough to do the job. And if not, then he's either just lousy, you're lousy at it, or, it might be your vagina. It might be. I'd like to just give a shout out to Mark again. He's kind of been commenting on the videos and just sort of encouraging me to kind of pursue on with it. I need to put time into other things right now, so I can devote maybe half an hour a night to doing a video either myself or with Flip. We're both kind of doing work stuff right now, and it's been busy, and our schedules haven't been matching up, so that's why there haven't been any Flip Move goemonronin vids for a bit. And there's the other thing is also looking past all that physical stuff and looking really deep into that other person's soul and saying, am I compatible enough with this person to try and make the physical aspect of this work? And again, that doesn't necessarily mean bringing other people into your relationship. I don't think that's the answer either. I think you guys need to have a lot of sex with each other and then figure out what works for you and go with that and explore from there. And it might be butt sex. Who knows? A lot of people like that. Some don't, but it works for a lot of people. It might be toys. It might be non-vaginal sex of other types. There are a bunch of options out there, and if you guys care about each other enough and are willing to try, then I think that more things would work out. There'd probably be a lot less cheating and stuff like that. And again, the people in pornos are just not good examples of average people. And I know people don't like to be considered average, but Mark, for you, there we go. But average is better than off the scale drastically one way or another, I think. And I'm not necessarily average in every way. I don't think everybody's average in every way, but you should learn to be happy with that if you can, because anything more is then a surprise. Like if you cease expecting anything from anyone, anything you get makes you happy. Anyway, I'm going to sign off, guys. Have a good one.